For centuries, humans have talked about mysterious creatures. But were they just made-up stories? Or did some of them really exist? Stick around to find out the truth.
This is an emergency alert. Severe weather warning is in effect.
Number 12. Fenrir. In Norse myths, there's a huge wolf called Fenrir. You might have seen a version of him in Thor, but Fenrir isn't the only big wolf in stories. About 10,000 years ago, during the Ice Age, there were real-life giant wolves called dire wolves. They were around 25% bigger than today's gray wolves and much stronger. These hunters took down large Ice Age animals. But when the Ice Age ended and their food disappeared, they went extinct. Meanwhile, smaller gray wolves survived and are still around today. Number 11. Dwarves. Dwarves are found in many old stories. But did people like them ever walk the earth? About 50,000 years ago, a small species of human lived on an island in Indonesia. Scientists call them Homo floresiensis, but many nicknamed them hobbits because of their tiny size. They weren't small by chance. It was a survival trait from living on an isolated island with limited resources. This is called insular dwarfism. So while they weren't magical beings with axes and armor, they were real and we just missed them. Number 10. Yeti and Bigfoot. You've heard the legends. A giant hairy creature walking upright in the forests or mountains. In 1951, climbers near Everest found huge footprints in the snow. People said it was the Yeti, but DNA tests done in 2017 showed the tracks were likely made by rare Himalayan bears. In North America, a famous video from 1967 claims to show Bigfoot. While many believed it was fake, a 2022 digital analysis in 4K showed strange details that didn't match a costume. Even weirder, 3.7 million years ago, a small human-like creature called Australopithecus walked upright in Africa. About 4 feet tall, with small brains but human-like movements. Sound familiar? Number 9. The Bloop. In 1997, scientists recorded a strange, loud sound in the Pacific Ocean, which they nicknamed the Bloop. It was so loud, people wondered if it came from a sea monster bigger than a blue whale. Later, scientists discovered it was just the sound of icebergs breaking apart in the Antarctic. Still, the idea of huge, unknown sea creatures isn't far-fetched. Ancient oceans were full of giant animals, like Leedsichthys, a massive fish with thousands of teeth that could have reminded people of sea legends like the Bloop. Number 8. Mapinguari. Deep in the Amazon, local stories speak of the Mapinguari, a beast with one eye, a mouth on its belly, and the job of protecting the forest. While it sounds like pure legend, it might have been inspired by real animals. Thousands of years ago, giant ground sloths the size of elephants lived in the Amazon. These strange animals went extinct around 11,000 years ago, likely due to climate change and hunting. Their fossils might have helped shape the tale of the Mapinguari. Number 7. Giant serpents. From Norse legends of Jormungandr to Hindu tales of Vasaki, massive snakes appear in stories all over the world. Turns out, giant snakes did exist. One was Titanoboa, which lived in South America and grew longer than a city bus. It crushed its prey using sheer size and power. Another, Vasaki indicus, found in India, reached nearly 50 feet and was named after the mythological serpent. So ancient snake gods may have been inspired by real monsters from Earth's past. Number 6. El Gran Maja. El Gran Maja might be real. If you ever hear a strange sound in the ocean, it's best to get out of there fast. Scientists tried to figure out where this noise was coming from, but they couldn't find the source. In 2023, something strange happened in the South Pacific Ocean. Researchers put a tracking device on a 15-foot great white shark to monitor its behavior. But suddenly, the shark was dragged deep underwater down to about 3,000 feet. After that, the tag and the shark both stopped moving. People were stunned. Some believed an orca might have attacked the shark, but the most popular idea is that something huge and unknown, possibly a sea creature we haven't discovered yet, was responsible. That same year, unusual sounds were also recorded in the Indian Ocean. Some think the noise could be linked to a mysterious creature people call the Bloop. So, what do you think is going on down there? Number 5. Dragons. Dragons show up in every culture, from wingless sky serpents in Asia to fire-breathing beasts in Europe. Some people think dragon legends started when ancient bones were found. But millions of years ago, a flying creature named Quetzalcoatlus soared over prehistoric Earth. It stood as tall as a giraffe and had wings wider than a school bus. Instead of flapping like birds, it launched itself into the sky and glided through the air. Some scientists believe it also hunted on land using its sharp beak. It disappeared with the dinosaurs, but birds of prey today are distant relatives. Number 4. The Loch Ness Monster. In Scotland, stories have been told for centuries about a sea creature with a long neck living in Loch Ness. Despite sonar scans and underwater searches, no proof has been found. Most experts think it's just misidentification or old hoaxes. But there was a creature that matched the description millions of years ago: Plesiosaurus. It had long necks, flippers like paddles, and ruled ancient oceans. Maybe people found fossils of these sea reptiles and thought they were seeing something alive in Loch Ness. Number 3. Unicorns. We know unicorns from fairy tales, but where did the idea begin? Thousands of years ago, people in the Indus Valley carved images of a single-horned animal onto stone seals. Some say it was just art, but there was once a real creature that fit the image elasmotherium. It looked like a huge, furry rhino with a horn as tall as a person. It roamed the Ice Age plains and may have been hunted by early humans. In the end, changing weather and hunting led to its extinction. So maybe unicorns were real, just not exactly like the ones in storybooks. Number 2. Griffin people have long admired lions as land kings and eagles as sky rulers. So it's no surprise that ancient people imagined a creature that combined both the griffin. This idea may have come from discovering strange dinosaur bones like those of horned ceratopsians. But a real bird of prey that resembled a myth lived not too long ago in New Zealand, the Haast's eagle. It was the largest eagle ever and hunted huge birds called moa, which weighed up to 250 kilograms. When humans hunted the moa to extinction, the eagle followed. Number 1. Cthulhu. Cthulhu is a terrifying sea monster from a 1920s horror story said to haunt people's dreams from the deep ocean. But long before that tale, the ocean had real beasts. One of them was Tusoteuthis, a huge squid-like creature that grew up to 40 feet long. It had an internal shell for strength and speed, and it hunted giant fish and baby marine reptiles. Sadly, like many others, it vanished after the asteroid impact that wiped out the dinosaurs. While Cthulhu is fiction, monsters like Tusoteuthis were real and scary. Here's something to think about. We've only explored about 5% of the ocean. If sea monsters once ruled the deep, who's to say something new isn't hiding there now? And just so you know, every creature on this list, they're nothing compared to the real animals still living on our planet today.